Welcome back, guys. A little bit of a different intro to this video than normal. I am holding the camera, but we are reviewing this bad boy today. I'm excited. I know a lot of you guys are looking forward to seeing that, so stand by for that. If you don't want to watch the intro, I'm going to show you guys some new stuff that came in, and then also just like everything that's like queued up for review. So if you want to just skip ahead and watch that, totally cool with me. Just skip a few minutes in. Maybe I'll put the timestamp of where we actually start up here as well. But anyways, so this package just came in today. Some new Mini GT, the LB40 Pilot AutoZam. Very cool. That one's going to look really nice next to the Pilot Tarmac Works up there. Anyways, Alpina Z8, which I'm very, very excited for. That might be on my top 10 if it's well done. The new S15 Liberty Walk Super Silhouette. Pretty cool. I like the wheels on this one. And then also some new BBR. So they did a big drop all of a sudden. It was kind of weird, but both of the white versions of the Giulia, so the GTA and the GTA M. So have both of those. And then two new Ferraris, the SP3 Daytona, or the Daytona SP3 in that teal color, and then a 296 in yellow. And then this is my first ever brand new Tomica Limited Vintage Neo. First Tomica I've ever gotten brand new, and it's the Toyota Chaser. So definitely going to review that as well. I'm actually really excited for this one. But yeah, so that's everything that just came in this morning. And I just want to show you guys why it takes so long to get to stuff, is because there is just too much. So this whole stack right here, ignore the alcohol. So I have the stack of Sparkies that I got in. They're all the Porsche 956s. There is, how many is there? There's 7 of them that I have right here. Need to do a video on those. Probably do them all together at some point. And then from the last batch of stuff got in, BBR, Mini GT, just tons of Mini GT, Tarmac Works. I know some of you guys wanted to see this, so I will do a review on that. And then there's more Sparky back here. There's a couple Tomicas that I'll probably do at some point. More BBR, more Tarmac Works, well, ton of Tarmac Works, a bunch of Volvo 240s, a couple Lancia 037s that I've picked up recently. So like there's all that here. And then I also have this box down here that has Mini GT in it. And there's just all kinds of stuff. Porsche 911 Dakars that need to be reviewed at some point. Porsche, more Porsche, Top Secret Supra, that one came in recently. Some more Veilside, Aston Martin, DBS right there. Another Silvia, which I'll review with that soon. And then there's just all kinds of stuff in here. Oh, look at that. Another BBR. 2 BBRs that I haven't reviewed. I actually kind of forgot about this one. MC20 and MC12. More random Mini GT. What is this? Advan GR86. There's a couple of Bugatti EB110s in here that I haven't reviewed yet. McLaren 750S Spider in the Cirrus Gray. I know somebody wanted to see this. I need to get to it. ID Buzz. This one came out a while ago. I need to review that. There's the other EB110. So yeah, there's just tons, and then I've got some stuff in blister in here. Land Rover. There's the new Lancia Stratos that came out. I still have this Hyundai i20N that came out a while ago that I haven't reviewed. McLaren 720S Liberty Walk. This is an old release that I picked up for a really good price. BMW M4 Competition in San Paulo Yellow. And then, yeah, there's also this Mizu Diecast Lincoln in here that I still have yet to review. So that's that box right there. Put all this stuff back in there. Oh, Rexy fell down. We'll stand him back up. I've got a heater behind me and I'm singeing the hair off my legs. But yeah, so that's just all that stuff. And then there's also a bunch of Tarmac Works right here. You guys like my BBR tower? There's also a bunch of Tarmac Works right here that I need to review that has been sitting here. A couple older stuff, like this Marlboro Ford. A lot of, like a bunch of new Ferraris that came out. There's this oh man, I really want to look at this too. That Nürburgring Porsche. My first ever RWB model. I'll review this one soon. I have another RWB coming in. Yeah, but yeah, another 037. I've been on a kick with these, trying to get all of them. I got a couple of the old Lancer wagons, and I've shown you guys most of this stuff, but like, it is insane. I'm like underwater right here. Ford RS200 in Marlboro. And then I picked up all these old Tarmac Works BMW M3s a while back from my good buddy Pulse Drivers. And yeah, I would like to do a video on that at some point. Oh yeah, I picked this up for a good price a little while back, 190E in silver. That's an old one. That'd be cool to review and look at. And then there's a bunch of Tarmac Works back here on this shelf that I haven't gotten to yet. Like I have that whole, you can see it back there. I have this whole shell set. And yeah, there's another 240 back there, Volvo 240, Rothmans. There's just so much. I know there's probably some Ferraris on that back portion of it that I haven't gotten to yet. And then there's more Tarmac Works in here, and I think I have yet to review some of this stuff too. Like, I don't know if we've done some of those Porsches down there. And what else is in here? Yeah, there's some stuff. Oh, I forgot I had that R8. It's been hiding. Endless AMG GT4. Yeah, there's just so much stuff. And then, like, Mini GT, I just have freaking Mini GT coming out my ears at this point. This whole entire top shelf of the shelving unit is full. And I guarantee there's some old Mini GTs that I haven't gotten to yet. There's also some 143 right here. Reviewed a couple of these. I know this channel is mostly 164, so I don't do too much on it, but like these are cool. I'd love to review some more of those. And then over here, I have this whole like wall of almost real. There's models in there that need review. There's a bunch of LCDs right there that need reviewed. And so, yeah. And then I also have on this side under the desk, there's also a tub over here that I've started putting Diecast in because I'm running into a room. And there's a bunch of stuff in there that I have yet to review. So, yeah, it's a never-ending battle, and it feels like every other day I have more shipments coming in with more cars. Now, granted, there's a couple duplicates in here from today's. Like, these two will go to my buddy. He ordered these because I ordered my buddy Diecast. It's just easier. But yeah, like, you know, there's how many new cars did I get today? 1, 2, 3, 8 new cars in this shipment today from RC Mart, and it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 5, 6 videos out of that, 8 cars or something along with that. I try to combine when I can, if there's like cars that can go together. But it's like, man, there is just so much to do. So if you're wondering why stuff takes a while, this is why. But yeah, if there's a car you're really looking forward to, just let me know in the comments when you see it. When I do. Like, I don't do unboxings, but when I show the new stuff off, if there's something you are really wanting to see, please tell me. I've been thinking about doing maybe 1 or 2 more videos a week, just to kind of work through the bulk of a lot of this. But man, I already do every other day, so I don't know. Maybe I'll just start throwing in an extra video once a week to try to work through all this stuff. But oh yeah, I have these as well, these Tarmac Works Koenig Specials, which I'm kind of waiting to get all 6 of them. There's one on pre-order and then 2 more I don't have, so I was kind of waiting to do all 6 as one video, and then like I have this cool set that I picked up recently, so yeah, it is a lot. So, but anyways, I suppose we'll get into the video now. It's been going for like 8 minutes, so... All right, here we are. Enough of that rambling. It's time to jump into the actual video. For those of you that sat through that, I do thank you and I do apologize. But here we are, the AR Box Almost Real BMW M3 GTR, the E46. So I'll be honest, I've actually never played this game. I've never played any of the Need for Speed games, but I've always respected them for being very, well, I don't know about the modern ones, but like the OG ones, I've always respected them for being very good games, like very good games. I've just never played them, but I do know the car. I know how iconic it is, and I love the car, so I feel like that's enough to warrant collecting it. But anyways, of course, AR Box Almost Real, it is officially licensed by BMW, but this particular one is also licensed by EA, and it's licensed by Tencent too. I think Tencent currently does a lot of this stuff for Need for Speed in China. They're one of the big like partner companies for video games when some of these big game developers and whatnot, like EA, and there's some other ones too. Like Embark is one that I'm thinking of off the top of my head. They a lot of the times will work with Tencent when they're doing stuff in China, so I think that's why their license is on there too. But yeah, EA and BMW are the 2 big ones for this. Here's all the information on the bottom. Not sure if there's anything here that's really, there's Almost Real's information right there. And then here's all the stuff on the back. So BMW M3 GTR Need for Speed mobile version. Okay, so if it's the mobile version, that makes sense why this would have Tencent licensing, because I know that Tencent currently does all this stuff for Need for Speed, like the mobile game and whatever current versions they have in China right now. So that would make sense. But yeah, super exciting. Very, very exciting. Let's crack into it. Let's just get straight into it. So there's been a lot of people there's been a lot of buzz around this particular model. This AR box version, how does this want to open? This AR box version versus the one that DCM put out. I can't really say anything about the DCM. I have seen photos of it. It looks incredible, but it's not licensed. So like I just won't form an opinion on it because like I won't compare them or form an opinion because it's not licensed, and I just don't do unlicensed. But here's the background. Card art looks absolutely fantastic. I keep dropping it. I don't know if this is actually from the mobile game. One of you guys will have to let me know, but nonetheless, it is very cool artwork. So I really do like that. And I also really like how the box is styled too. It's very cool. And then this little card fill out. What does this say? AR box almost real. It's got that picture of that right there again with the car. It's got a little QR code. I'm assuming that takes you to either BMW's website, Almost Real's website, or Need for Speed's website. Maybe it's a link to the game. And then nothing on the other side. So that's there. Of course, just standard acrylic and black base, as all of these models are. And this one doesn't seem too fragile. Definitely take it off. Maybe. There we go. So that goes back there. All right, so here is the car. First thing I am noticing, because I know a lot of you guys are interested in buying this, so I'm going to try to be a little critical here, because I know that DCM version's out there, and I know a lot of people say it's really, really nice. So I will be critical this time. This does have a plastic base, which is typical for Almost Real. I don't know if they do metal bases. I can't recall if I have one that does, but it does have a plastic base. It does have the name of the car on the bottom right there. Let me move this lighting up a little bit so we can see better. So it does have the name of the car right there. BMW M3 GTR E46. It has the Almost Real logos. Okay, so there's that. That is a little disappointing. I wish they would do metal bases, but to me it's not that big of a deal. Does it roll? It does roll a little bit. Front wheels actually roll very nicely. Back wheels, I don't know if the axles maybe bent a little bit or if the tires are just rubbing a little tiny bit on that back fender. But like the back wheels do spin freely and like pretty nicely freely. But when you put it down to roll, it seems like it doesn't, the back wheels want to stick a little bit. So if you apply a little pressure, it rolls. What about on the hard surface? Yeah, kind of the same thing. Like if you push down a little bit on the back end or on the top, it definitely does roll. So it rolls, but it doesn't roll the best. So it's kind of like a half roller, I guess. There's not really anything blocking those rear wheels. I just think, and it could be different from example to example as well. So there is that. But the wheels do look very good. There's not gaps between these little spokes where that thin line is, like in the middle of the spoke. There actually should be air passing through right there. And like I said, I wasn't going to compare it to the DCM, but from what I've seen from the DCM, there is air passing through those spokes on that one. So, yeah, I don't know. There's no brake detail on this one either, which is actually kind of surprising. I figured there would be for an Almost Real. But overall, the wheels do look good. They've got the black lock in the center. Pretty nicely done. Like I don't really have too many complaints. It just would have been nice to see some brake details, of course. Always want brake details on these models, and then it would have been nice to have some gaps between the spokes. But let's move on from that. So the paint, it is a nice silver metallic paint. It actually looks fairly well. And then when this one kind of first came out for pre-order or when it released, one of you guys did mention to me that the decals on these were a little rough, and it does indeed look like all of the blue and white accents on it are decals, which is not the best, but they don't look as bad as I thought they were going to be. it's, for the most part, it's all pretty smooth. You can tell quite a bit right here that it's like just not as smooth as like the clear coated paint would be, but that's just kind of normal for a decal. There's not really any crazy bubbling. The decals all fit into the panel gaps pretty nicely from what I can see here. The roof actually might be painted. The roof does not look like a decal. I think that might actually be painted blue. It would have been so much better if they would have pad printed it. But yeah, decals, not great. I definitely wish it was printed, but it's also not the worst thing ever. This definitely feels better than like Sparky and Tarmac Works as far as the decal quality goes. And now I'm looking at the hood right here, and this part on the hood doesn't really look like a decal. Maybe it is. It probably is a decal up here on the hood. But overall, I don't think the decals look bad. I could definitely see why, when you're comparing between the DCM and this one, that you would go with the DCM just because of that. But, I mean, I don't think it looks too terrible. Here's the front end right here. So let's look at the headlights. So I do see some nice, like, silver bulb detail. But the headlights are a little foggy on this driver's side over here. That is not great. And then it's a little bit foggy on this inside portion of it too. So not the best for headlights. Kind of expect a little better from them. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. That's a little rough. I'm hoping that this is just my example. I'm hoping this isn't all of them. But yeah, I don't know about that. That's a little rough. I've seen worse from like Mini GT, but like you can still see the detail, but yeah, I don't know about that. Especially because these are like $20 to $25. Well, anyways, BMW badge on the front looks pretty good right there, and also the kidney grills do look very nice with the silver paint on each of those little fins. Looks really good. The venting on the hood is done in black, like a matte black paint. It's also recessed a little bit down into the hood. It actually looks pretty good. And then this front grille almost looks to be photo etched. I think it is. I don't maybe not. So I don't think it's photo etched, but it's like very nicely detailed as far as the little like grading goes of it. I actually really do like that. That looks great. Wide body kit, of course, on this one. It looks really nice. From what I can tell, it seems pretty accurate looking to the real car. Exhaust down here on this side, and they actually stick out a bit, so that looks quite nice. Rigid mirrors with reflective stickers. And here's the back view. So the back wing is just black plastic. There's no carbon fiber or anything. I don't know if there's supposed to be, but it is just black plastic, which I think is acceptable for this. And then the taillights on this one look phenomenal. I actually do see a little bit of bulb detail behind the lenses right there too, which is very cool. Nice silver detail for the reverse lights. Nice cherry red, not cloudy at all, so that is very cool. BMW badge, the M3 badging, and then Need for Speed M30. That is very cool. The blue on the back looks really nice too. Like the blue on the back portion right here also doesn't look like a decal. Similar to the roof. It looks painted. So that would make me wonder why they would put decals on the side right here. So this one and then this stuff that goes around that front wheel well, that's all decal. Makes me wonder why they would decal that but print/paint this. Is it a decal? It doesn't really look like it. Oh, no, it's not. It's painted. You can see, so where it starts down here and goes over the rear fender, it kind of comes up and goes along the seam of it all the way down and around. And you can see right here, this like top portion of it where like the white stripe is, and then where it kind of comes and goes around that fender, that's a decal right there. So yeah, the rear end is actually painted except for the very top thin portion of it. That is decal. And then that also tells me that the roof is painted too. That's kind of an interesting decision. Why not just paint all of it? I don't know what the point in using decals like that would be. It's just kind of weird. There are some nice windshield wiper details that are kind of molded into the windshield, but they are like raised up a little bit and then painted black, so that is nice. And then from what I'm seeing, the interior does look pretty black and plain. There might be a little bit going on in there. I'm trying to get a good view. I don't think there's too much. There might be a little bit of silver like in the center. for the buttons. No, I don't think so. And I'm not really seeing a BMW badge on the steering wheel either. I think it's all just black. You have the little hole in the window. There's a black roll cage in there, and then of course the bucket seat on this side. There's no passenger seat. Looks decently detailed, just not a lot of color or anything. So, yeah, I don't think I have too much more to go over. I'm just I'm quite disappointed in those headlights, if I'm being honest. Everything else is okay. For an Almost Real, because Almost Real has really impressed me with their quality and attention to detail, and accuracy. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed in this one. I'm just thinking of like the two BMW box sets, the E30s, that LC500 that came out. That one's really good. I need to review that too, but just like kind of comparing it to all the other stuff, it just doesn't blow me away. It is a cool car, and this is definitely one that I will keep in my collection. Like it's the legendary Need for Speed M3 GTR. Like that's just cool. But yeah, I don't know if I can say this one is worth it. If I'm not going to recommend it because I don't recommend unlicensed ever, but I definitely could see why you guys would go with the DCM version instead of this. I think the DCM version is a lot better. So, yeah. Interesting. Well, yeah, I don't know what more to say about it. I thought it was going to be a bit better than this. It is still nice. There's just a lot of little things that kind of add up. Like the front headlights being foggy is kind of not okay for me. Not having brake details is just it's kind of nitpicky, but like it just feels like there should be there. The gap between the spokes I feel like I can let go. But yeah, the decals and the foggy headlights I think are the two biggest things. Brake details not being there is a little bit of a shame, and then not having any color on the interior is a little bit of a shame as well. And then of course the plastic base, which I think is just normal for them. So yeah, I don't know. I think if you really want this AR Box one because of the licenses, being fully licensed and whatnot, I hope you get a good example that doesn't have foggy headlights. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I really recommend this one unless you're a big Need for Speed fan or you're just a really big fan of the E46 M3 in this wide body version. I'm a little disappointed in it. I'm not gonna lie, which makes me very sad because I was looking forward to it. It almost makes me want to buy another one and see if I can get one with better headlights. But I shouldn't have to buy multiple of something in order to get like a good version of the model, right? That's just kind of the thing. So yeah, these are I think only really distributed in China, so they're already kind of hard to get. Not really hard to get. Like there's a bunch of sellers on eBay, but around that $20 to $25 price, I think I paid, and I got a good coupon on AliExpress. AliExpress is where I bought it. I think with tax and shipping, I think I paid about $22 for it. But that was kind of on the better end of deals as far as this goes. For $22, I kind of expect better from Almost Real. This is, I think this is their first dud for me. I will still keep it. It is still cool. I still love like the presentation in the box and whatnot, but yeah, this one could have been better. Definitely could have been better. So color on the interior, non-foggy headlights, brake details, no don't use decals for the livery, and it would have been a much better model, I think. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Curious to hear. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed. I really don't know what else to say. I'm kind of at a loss for words right now. I was expecting a lot better, but I'll stop rambling about it. Do I recommend it? Only if you really, really love this car. Other than that, I don't think so. I don't think this one's worth the money. I think if they do cool stuff like this, they need to do a little better job. But anyways, that's it for me. Thank you guys for watching. I will catch you in the next one.